Well, here we are. It's a Saturday morning, and it's already December. It's time for another edition of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with local rock star realtor Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Good morning, Michele.
Good morning, Curtis. How are you today?
I am doing wonderful. It's always great to have you in studio because that keeps you away from the Christmas coffees till after the show.
You know what would be nice? I'm looking over at the road show with Curtis Pope on your wall and sponsored by Murray GMC Abbotsford, and I'm wondering, it would be really cool to be a guest on your road show again. Remember when I did that once?
Yeah, we could probably do that again.
That was fun.
That was fun.
I got to pick all my favorite songs.
Yeah, we could probably get you back in playing some music again and see what kind of trouble you can get into.
Maybe in the new year.
Well, yeah, maybe 2025. No, just kidding. No, I think we should do that again. It's been a long time since we did that, actually.
Yeah. Have you gotten your Christmas tree?
We have a fake tree, so we always have it.
So it's always there.
It's always there. No, we're going
playing it safe.
We're putting it up this weekend, because we've been too busy this week to put the tree up. And so, yeah, my wife is slowly Christmasizing the house. I have to put up the Christmas lights today when we're done because just about everybody in our neighborhood has put up their Christmas lights.
Are you the last one on the tree?
No, there's like 3 others. But everybody else has these great Christmas light displays and the inflatable things in their front yard.
The big Santa?
Yeah, and then there's our house with nothing yet.
Are you doing white lights or colored lights?
Well, and last year we had those kind of icicle hanging ones.
Yeah, those are pretty.
But with all the wind and stuff, it blew out a bunch of my lights, and I don't feel like going through every strand to figure out what lights aren't there. So I went and bought out a simple bunch of, red and white lights to, classic lights to put up.
Well, don't go on the ladder up on the roof. Just be safe with this weather.
Yeah, if I fall, I fall. I fall better than most people.
Curtis?
Well, you think the teenagers are going to go up on the roof?
Hey, you have a 20-year-old.
You think he's going to go up on the roof? I don't think so. No, it'll be me. Maybe Cody will help if I'm lucky.
Well, I went and got my Christmas tree. Actually, I think the soonest I don't remember the last time I decorated before the first weekend in December. Usually it's like the second week because I just allow it to go too long. But I finally did it before December. And I got the real tree. I went to Connie Fur's tree. I don't know if you know what it means.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so she's a client of mine, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go to her tree farm because she has awesome trees. She has multiple types of trees, and it was so much fun. She had pre-cut ones, or you can go out in the field and walk around and choose your own. So I went around, I grabbed a saw and went out there with Richard, and we picked
Okay, why are you using the saw if you got Richard there?
Well, remember earlier I was talking about safety?
Oh, right. That's probably a good call. Yeah.
But they're at a great tree farm. If anybody hasn't got their tree yet, this is a weekend to go out there. So again, it's called Connie Fur's Tree Farm, and it's just in Mission, just east off the Lougheed Highway. So I wanted to mention, because on our second segment, and here in the studio with us right now, sitting right next to me, is our guest today, Erin Fleury. And thank you so much for coming, Erin.
Oh, thank you both for having me.
Absolutely. And so we will find out more about who Erin is and what she offers and does in a little bit. But I wanted to first talk about stats because, we've got stats in hand.
That's amazing. It's only like the 3rd. How is that possible?
Actually, they came out the 2nd. They came out quick.
Wow.
This month. I know. It's like the 2nd month it seems that they've been out like on top of it. So we have them. And without much further ado, we'll get into that. But also, tonight is my office Christmas party at Remax Little Oak, and I'm pretty excited about that. I still got to get my nails done. They look really bad.
Going to be Christmassy?
Not the thing, maybe just plain this year.
No little like snowman or anything on the nails?
No glitter. No, maybe red. Maybe just plain. I feel like plain Jane right now, so plain it plain. But what about you guys? I mean, I haven't heard about your Christmas party yet. Are you guys having one this year?
Yeah, we are. Rogers is doing one in a couple weeks, and then we're doing a valley one for all the staff here. I think the same week. It's funny because the last couple of years there hasn't been a lot going on. All of a sudden this year, friends of ours are saying, we need to get together before Christmas. Me and my wife go, no, that's not going to work. No, that date's not going to work. No, busy that night. No, busy that night. Oh, I got to coach hockey that night. Like all of a sudden it's like, no, we have we're booked up.
Yeah, this is the first Christmas.
I feel like the
Really,
Grinch when he's like trying to figure out if he can go to the Whoville. He's like, I'm booked. 4:30 jazzercise. I'm sitting there doing that in my head.
Oh my goodness. Well, you got to tell me all about it. Make sure to take photos.
We don't have the sunglasses this time.
No
The real glasses.
Yes, I remember my real glasses.
I missed the sunglasses.
Well, the sun's not out. Right?
That was a good look, that episode.
Talking about stats, and it's my favorite show of the month. New listings lag as Fraser Valley Real Estate market sees third month of declining sales. So with sales down almost 7% from October and new listings off by more than 20%, the Fraser Valley housing market continues its slowing trend heading into the holiday season. Despite the market slowdown, opportunities are available as evidenced by brisk turnover timeframes, which I have seen. Keep an eye out. December 7th is when the new rules, the new Bank of Canada comes out with what's going to happen with our mortgage rate. So that's December 7th. So our wonderful president at the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board, Sandra Ben, says that the trends we've seen over the past several months will likely continue through to year end. And she also says while rate hikes have effectively put many buyer and sellers in a holding pattern, we're still seeing relatively quick turnover for all housing categories, indicating robust opportunities for properties that are strategically priced. And it is a balanced market. The graph shows and everything shows it's not a buyer's market, even though you might think it's not a seller's market. It's actually balanced, so it's really good for both parties. And our CEO, Baldev Gill, says the market continues to tighten in response to rising interest rates. As a result, individuals are facing additional levels of uncertainty regarding the decision to buy or sell a home, underscoring the importance of seeking advice and guidance from a local realtor to mitigate the risks involved. So across the Fraser Valley in November, the average number of days to sell a single-family detached home was 34 days, and a townhome was 28 days. An apartment took on average 27 days to sell. So please remember, those are strategically priced properties that show well and buyers are willing to go in on. So I am going to go in municipality by municipality, and starting with our wonderful Abbotsford. Detached properties benchmark price right now $1,106,800, and that's down 14.4% from last year and down 1.3% from last month. And that sales in Abbotsford have been down 57% from last year and down 7.5% from last month. Townhouses are at $693,800, and that is up 5.8% from last year, but down slightly at 1.7% from last month. Sales, however, for townhouses in Abbotsford is 63.5% down from last year and down 28.1% from last month. And then apartments are $428,700, and that's up 7.7% from last year, down 1.4% from last month. Sales overall are down 54.7% from last month and down 5.9% from the month before. Admission for benchmark prices, detached homes are $941,200, down 11.5% from last year and down 2.9% from last month. That's down in sales of 40% from last year, but it up month over month by 25% sales. And in admission for townhouses, we're at $650,900, and that's up 5.2% from last year, but down 1% from last month. Sales are down both from last year and month over month, actually 40%. And apartments are at $443,300, and that's up 13.2% from last year, down 1.9% from the month before. And there's been no change in the amount of sales for apartments in Mission. So White Rock and South Surrey area, detached homes are at $1,849,800, and that's up 1.7% from last year, but down 2.4% from the month before. Sales, however, are down a whole 74.2% from last year and down 36.7% from last month. Townhouses at $917,000, and that is up 2.6% from last year and down only 0.7% from last month. Sales are down 40%, though, from last year for townhouses and down 2.3% from last month. Apartments are at $578,000, and that's up 3.2% from last year, down only 0.1% from last month. But sales are down 50.5% from last year and 13.5% from last month. Langley benchmark prices for detached is $1,509,000, and that's down 7.2% from last year, down 1.2% from last month. And the sales for detached is down 47.8% from last year and down 1.7% from last month. Townhouses in Langley, $833,200, and that's up 8% from last year, but down 2.3% from last month. The change in sales, however, in Langley for townhouses are up 60.6% from last year, but down 30.2% from last month. Apartments, $577,900, and that's up 5.4% from last year and down 1.9% from last month. Sales are down 37.2% from last year and 38.7% up from the month before. Delta. Okay, this is the last municipality in our great Fraser Valley, and the benchmark prices are at $1,272,600, and that's down 10.3% from last year, and no change in prices month over month. Detached sales, however, in Delta is down 80% from last year and down 28.6% from the month before. Townhouses at $827,900, that is, down 2.1% from last year and down 2.2% from the month before. Sales are actually up 33.3% from last year, but down 55.6% from last month. Apartments are at $544,000. That's up 6.9% from last year, down 2.3% from the month before. And sales are down 69.2% from last year and down 50% from last month. Oh, I said last city, and I actually didn't do Surrey yet.
You did that last time.
Oh, poor Surrey.
You skipped Surrey.
Oh, poor Surrey.
You went right to Delta.
I'm sorry, Surrey. One of our biggest areas. So, City of Surrey combined detached homes for benchmark prices are at $1,538,700. That's down 3.7% from last year, down 2.9% from last month. That is down in sales 67.4% from last year and down 8.5% from the month before. And townhouses are at $821,400. Up 1.3% from last year, down only 0.8% from last month, but sales are down 54.9% from last year and down 17.8% from the month before. Apartments at $515,100, and that is up 3.9% from last year and down 2.7% from last month. Down in sales 62% from last year and 11.5% from the month before. And that now is our total Fraser Valley real estate statistics.
And pretty much bang on time here, so we should probably take a break. And when we come back, of course, we have our guest. But if people want more information about your listings, maybe the stats, things like that, where can they go?
MicheleCummins.ca.
We're back with more right after this.